So, about a year and some spare spackle ago, I recorded the first of the Jedi Fallen Order series. And I had a pretty damn amazing time playing it now. I like me some Star Wars. I like me some, adventure RPG style games. But I had managed to find both of them on the exact same Steam sale. The original one I played for like $3-4, and the Jedi Survivor game for like $9. And now, my buddy had told me to play just the first one, and he's like, you don't gotta buy them both, you might not like it, but it's worth a play. It's a really nice game, it makes you think. It's like a Dark Souls game. And I was like, you know what? I like the Souls series enough. Why not? I'll buy the first one. And then I saw how little I was paying for it, and I was like, you know what? They're both on sale right now. I don't know how often these go on sale. This is like a $60 game for $10, and I was like, you know what? I'll just buy it. If I don't like it, it'll sit on the backlog until I get bored enough to play it. If I do like it, I'll have vindicated the price tag of $10. After playing that original one, I think I can firmly say I saw Cal Kestis try his Cal Bestis, and I can attest this. To the point where, playing the second game, I put on my backlog until I really wanted it. And to help me mouthwash after the last game I played, I wanted to do something that I remember was fun. Now, with the Jedi Fallen Order game, it got a little weird and repetitive at times, but all the same, I had a blast. And I went into this game using the same relative blank slate of expectations, because, again, I like me some Star Wars, but I'm not a super fan. I'm not going to tell you what each saber shape and crystal color means. I don't have the means to do that. I'm just a dude who likes Star Wars. But walking in with the same blank slate expectations, I had them heavily exceeded. So, with the original versus the new, the first one's all about finding yourself as Cal. You gotta reconnect with the Force. You gotta re-blossom that connection. This one, you gotta get back in touch with your, inner Force user. Talk with your inner Seer Junda every once in a while. And it is such a beautiful feeling. Now, usually when you play RPG adventures or games that continue off of other games, it has been a trope for God knows how fucking long in gaming that the second you start game number 2, you don't have anything you collected in game number 1, or there's some grander inconvenience that makes you lose everything. To take a book page from one of my favorite game series, God of War. We got 3 of them between the PS2 and the PS3. Just those 3 mainline ones. I'm not looking at the PSP stuff. I mean, they count 2, I guess. But God of War 1 starts. You do all your earning. Let's just say you maxed out all your red orbs. Cool. You're the God of War. You start the next game, you've got everything. Relatively. And then an inconvenience strikes you. Zeus steals your power. Well, now you have nothing. You gain it all back through the course of the game with some new weapons. Okay? God of War 3 starts. You have everything walking onto Olympus. Oh dang. 20 minutes into the game, you touched the river Styx. There goes everything. Start back at the beginning, fucko. Playing this game, I was expecting them to pull the classic action-adventure RPG start over where it's like, oh yeah, well, Cal's been chased all over the galaxy. He just doesn't have what he used to have. Nope. You start with everything. Dual saber, single saber, split saber, all your force abilities. They did change the animation and styling of the force slow, which threw me off. I didn't really use that all that much, but it is a true continuation of the game before. And the returning cast of characters being slightly different than they were from the last game shows you that there was a good passage of time. This game isn't like, hey, we're like 3 months down the road from where the last one left off. This is on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z type shit. They actually let time pass. I will definitely say seeing Cal Kestis without a poncho on at all times definitely weirded me out. The clothing options, they at least have some fitting outfits for every level. And the saber things, I'm glad we didn't get the same filter of repeats for saber styles. They expanded a bit. I like that. The thing that I will say though I loved the most, they expanded their goddamn map size. Now, being able to see from one side of the map to the other in the first one, it was definitely more of an illusion of sight. You wouldn't really be able to see all that far in the game, but the game made it look like you could see further for parts of the map. This game, thanks to the BD1 binoculars, you can see what is ahead of you should you choose to look. You can set map markers from your binocular on a 3D spatial plane to a 2D spatial map, and it will transfer 1-to-1. That is such a beautiful thing. They kept the very minimalist HUD, which I enjoyed about the first game, because there's enough internet memes floating around out there about games that overcrowd their HUDs, and it feels clean. Now, I had some troubles processing certain parts of the game. I don't know what specific thing it was. I want to say it was fire and extremely shiny, damp surfaces. My graphics card is a little older, and this game came out during the 40 series, so they definitely pushed as hard as they could on the graphical qualities. So my graphics card got to suffer a little bit for my own enjoyment, but that's okay because I enjoyed every minute of this game. I think for me personally, I liked the old High Republic story. I liked how you can see Cal having to find his inner balance between his light side and dark side throughout the story. And I like that no matter what the potential outcome was, that Cal isn't forced to choose a side and be definite. Because from what I vaguely understand of Star Wars, the code is more of a code of ethics between two understanding parties. The dark side does certain things that the regular Jedi do not like, and the regular Jedi are just too pompous for the dark side. That's really all there is to it. Most Jedi schools focus on not aggressing in a situation, rather defending. I personally did not do that. The only time you will catch me defending is in a situation where I am forced to defend or shoot back blaster bolts. I am definitely more of a attack forward Cal, which is why I favored the dual sabers on my run. I remember my original playthrough on Fallen Order when I decided to wing it on a chance and go to the Death Sister planet first, and I got handed the dual blades. And then I did a playthrough immediately after where I went single saber only until I was given the dual blades, and how different those difficulty spikes were. But this game, starting you off with whatever you want, I went right in and chose double saber because I remember that being not only easier, but more functional to how I would play it by playstyle. I'm not trying to be a traditional Jedi purist. I'm not trying to be a split saber darksider or a Shoto user. I'm using a dual saber, and I'm just fighting to survive. Simple as. Would I merit this game to have the original like $50 to $60 price tag? Maybe. If you're a trophy hunter and you're going to sit there and grind out all the trophies, find all the things, collect all the seeds, do the gardening minigame, do the holocron minigame, all the rift tears, all the old High Republic challenges, you will definitely make your time versus money spent doing all that crap. Like, I have done, I think to this point, every planet in the galaxy to 100%. So, all items, trinkets, discoveries, everything. Except for Jeddah. I think I am at like 70% discovery on Jeddah, and I have done most of the outer space. That little area in like the center of Jeddah is where I have to do yet. And it is tasking. Because you have to go area by area, search for every little nook, cranny, beacon, whatever. There are certain puzzles in the game that require you to slow down a droid or have a droid not be where it shouldn't be. A lot of things fall into RNG, which can drag on. I believe there was a section that I restarted 18 times because I needed a data chip from a droid in a wind tunnel. And everyone on YouTube was like, oh yeah, just steal this dude's shield. Throw it at the droid. Done. I would get even remotely near the entrance to that tunnel, not even seeing the droid, and it would just straight underground. It was like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? I got lucky once and the droid got glitched on something and didn't run away, so I won. That's it. I definitely will recommend this one as a play. Like, if you could find it on sale, like around the May the 4th sale, which I'm pretty sure I got it on, it's a good time. There is variety. Going back to the areas, we'll have, random bounty hunters show up just like the last game. There is the, like I said, the optional minigames, doing all the flowering and stuff. If you want a game that you can sink your teeth into and just pick up for an hour here, an hour there, and just mash out some achievements, this is your game. If you're a big Star Wars fandom fan, this might be your game. They definitely explore a bit more of the lore of the ancient Jedi and the civilizations before. They don't really go back on the whole Zepho thing. I think it's only mentioned like twice. But overall, it's pretty nice. I enjoyed it. Definitely make sure you have enough space and a newer graphics card, because at 110 gigs, that is one hefty bitch of a game. But based on how beautiful the shaders came out, I can't complain. I like a game that will give me a good file size and have good graphics, and sometimes you just can't win that fight. This one definitely takes the cake for being one of the larger games I've ever installed, but it was worth every bit. And I will say personally, 8.7 out of 10, possibly even a 9 out of 10 game for me. I don't like to be too indecisive on those numbers. I'm usually pretty clear. Some of the trophies that are attached to this game are definitely a head scratcher. Like, the devs definitely wanted you to waste your fucking time and put more hours in this game so they could brag that they have a high player count for all those achievement hunters like myself. Like, I don't think in any of my time as Cal Kestis would I give him a mullet and go dropkick a dude while wearing said mullet. I don't. Or go play the game through on like one of the insanely hard difficulties. I guess when I'm bored, but it's not going to be my first move of the day. Look for it on sale. I don't think I can fully justify the price tag unless you are like a Star Wars super fan. I'll say 9 out of 10 game. Very beautiful game, decent story to good story, and nothing in the game really feels out of place. Aside from the gardening. That one feels definitely out of place. But hopefully I'll have some more material made soon. I will see you guys on the next one.